I suck at looping in Dead by Daylight, but with this challenge, I hope to change that. I'm gonna do my best to take chase at every possible opportunity for 50 games, with no exhaustion perks, no second chance perks, and no boon perks. And for those of you who don't know what looping is essentially getting chased in order to waste the killer's time. The longer the chase, the better. And yeah, I kind of am throwing every game I play, but anything for improvement, right? For the build, I chose the perks Object of Obsession, Windows of Opportunity, Resilience, and Iron Will. Object of Obsession reveals your aura to the killer for 3 seconds for every 30 seconds, with the added effect of showing you the killer's aura whenever they can see yours. Windows of Opportunity shows you the auras of vaults, pallets, and breakable walls within 30 meters of you. Resilience basically makes you better at everything by 9% when you're injured, but I'm really only using it for the vault speed boost. Finally, Iron Will suppresses grunts of pain when I'm injured unless I'm exhausted. The whole goal of the build is to use Object to goad the killer into chasing me, Windows to help with my abhorrent pathing, Resilience because it's just really good, and Iron Will to prevent one of my least favorite mechanics. I'm also bringing a flashlight just to help me convince the killer to chase me. Experienced players may notice I'm not running Fixated or Finesse, perks that are almost essential to chase builds. And that's because they don't want to spend money on licensed chapters off sale. Although I'm not all too proud of my first 10 chases, semicolon however, comma, with an average chase time of 39 seconds, and that's a pretty nice baseline. I don't really have major bottlenecks preventing me from becoming better, other than that upon reviewing the footage, I tend to look at the killer way too often, which actively prevents me from pathing optimally, which was really shown during my doctor match, and my second chase where I inadvertently kill my own chase by running into a stack of logs. He knows he has to commit. Oh shoot, comp dropping. No! However, I am very proud of that same chase because earlier in it I pull off a really good read in order to use a pallet twice and force him to break it or risk an infinite loop. Does he vault? He doesn't vault. Okay. You circle back. All in all, I do genuinely feel as though my chases have very great potential. However, there are a few minor mistakes that I make that add up to create a ton of issues that need to be fixed. I'm not gonna lie, these chases were pretty bad. I had a 5-second chase and 11-second chase, and the average time was a full 10 seconds lower. 29 seconds to be exact. What I personally noticed during these chases was that I was able to pay attention to my surroundings. But in my eagerness to take chase, I wouldn't plan out what route I'd take, or even if I'd make it to the next tile. All in all, these were some of my worst chases so far, but at least I gained a sense of awareness. I lied, it does get worse. An average of 24 seconds doesn't seem like that much different, but in DBD, where every sentence 3 second counts, it can be the difference between a finish generator or pain res popping. However, this bunch did have my first true outlier chase-wise, that being a 17-second chase from a skull merchant where she chased me into the exit gates. I lied again. Despite 2 outliers, in one chase with a trapper that lasted 18 seconds where he was mostly just proxying the hook, and a 32-second chase with another trapper where he just kinda left. Outside of the 32 and 40-second chase, I would estimate my average times to be somewhere in the teens. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell my average. 20 seconds. With an average of 34 seconds, these final 9 chases were, in my opinion, my best. Despite the lower average, 5 of these chases were chases where the killer left, and another one was one in which the killer was mostly trying to proxy a survivor. This also had my best chase, in one where a Dracula got looped for a good old-fashioned 57 seconds before leaving. All in all, these chases were really good and I learned some important lessons in looping, at least in low MMR matches like mine. And those lessons were that 1. Don't stare at the killer. It'll prevent you from pathing optimally. 2. Don't stare ahead of you. It'll prevent you from noticing any mind games. 3. Be aware of the potential looping spots around you and how you can chain them together, so that way you can keep the killer going for a long while. And a bonus tip, if you want to loop for a long time, let him hit you once or twice, or else they'll just give up and never commit to chase with you ever again. So yeah, I've learned a lot as to how to loot properly in Dead by Daylight, and how killer powers can truly alter the way chase goes. Oh, and here's a graph of the length of the chases, with any chases with a killer left being a different color. Okay, bye.